And we're back at the Parkette Invitational, the 31st annual, the Parkette Training Center here in Allentown, Pennsylvania, one of the real hotbeds of gymnastics in America, in fact. And here's Ricki Lebegern.
Now a floor exercise for Capital Gymnastics
in the 17-year-old and up age division, for which they're competing for medals here as well.
Choosing right away, you can see the maturity. She's a little bit older than Olivia, and you can see a little bit more polish in her dance elements and presentation.
Wow.
And a nice, powerful 2.5 twister. The same skill we saw from Olivia.
You get older, I assume the legs get stronger? Do the leaps get higher?
It depends on the athlete and their physical fitness level, but she's very springy as well. And you know, you refine your technique when you get a little bit older, and hopefully you learn to polish a little bit more. You may notice that she has very nice extension in the legs, beautiful toe point.
Toe point, a ballet term?
Absolutely, and it's something that really takes some time to really get comfortable. Most of the athletes are worried about just getting through their skills, but when you get a little bit older, look at that beautiful form.
Yeah.
Excellent leg extension, quickness off the floor. Here's one of those turn requirements, a double turn. He's got one more tumbling pass to go. Most gymnasts use 3, some use 4 tumbling pass. Very nice combination, front full to a tuck front. She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, and a lot of maneuvering in the little tight corner of the floor that she maneuvered successfully. And here they are again looking back.
That opening tumbling run, a 2.5 twister, she just falls right out of it. She could even make a triple twist. This was very clean. Watch the form, not only the technique, but the beautiful leg form, and she pointed her toes in a pike double back. That's difficult to do. Good presence of mind here at the finish. Keeping it inbounds on that front full.
Automatic deduction otherwise, right, Bart?
That's right, a 1/10 of a point if you go out of bounds.
So often many of our lives are shaped by destiny and by how we handle troubles and, in fact, tragedy. This is 15-year-old Geralen Stack-Eaton with a promising future, but my, what she has had to overcome in the last year or so. Here's a look back at this wonderful young lady.
Like most elite gymnasts, Geralen Stack-Eaton started her career in the sport at a very young age. Her parents, John and Susan, recognized her talent and moved her training to Parkette's in June of 2001.
When I was 4, my mom told me that I was doing cartwheels and splits and straddles without any instruction, so my mom decided to just put me in a gym and see how I did. I thought it would be a fun experience to just try it and see how it goes, and if I don't like it, then I'll just stop.
While at Parkette's, she improved her gymnastic skills and made the junior national team in 2002 and 2003. Geralen was a rising star in the gymnastics world when she decided to pursue other sports.
Well, I had already accomplished my goals of being elite and making the national team, so I just decided I'd end on a good note and try and go back to school and see how that went.
Geralen decided to try her hand at diving and soccer. Her father, John, was one of her soccer coaches.
He was laid back. He just knows I just wanted to have fun, so he just wasn't like pushy. He just knew I just wanted to try it out, and he used to be a soccer coach on a soccer team, so he knew what he was talking about.
Geralen now had the time she wanted to spend with her family. For about 6 months, she rebuilt relationships, especially with her dad.
Well, when I did soccer, he coached the soccer team, so we got to just hang out then, and he just coached me, and we had a good time.
December the 14th, 2003, was supposed to be a birthday celebration for her father, but an aneurysm claimed his life on that day. There was no warning, and his death was devastating to Geralen and her family. After grieving her loss, Geralen decided to return to the place that was her second home for a few years, the Parkette Training Center.
I think that it was more like a self-comfort zone, and I knew that I was like comfortable here, and I didn't have to worry about what people were like thinking, and like I could just get away without thinking about my dad and stuff, just so it wasn't so hard on me. So I just came back and pushed into it.
Geralen's return to gymnastics wasn't easy and required her to recommit herself to the demands of the sport.
I just push myself because I know in the end it'll just help me out even more, even though I say I'm so tired right now, but you know, the more you push and push, you'll just be more successful in the end.
John Stack-Eaton may be gone, but his memory is still alive in his daughter's heart.
I just think what my dad would say to me, just to encourage me, just make me keep on going and don't give up, and just try your hardest no matter what happens.
And here she is on her first vault.
Oh my goodness, did she nail that, Lou? Even you can see it in her face. By the way, you're Lou. They also call her Lou.
Is that right?
That's her nickname. Yeah, she's 15 years old, the senior international elite from Horsham, PA. And boy, she has great technique on this vault. Take a look at the push, very high, and what form. And she just, I think she surprised herself at how easily she stuck that landing.
She has, as you heard from the piece, Bart, embraced gymnastics and the Parkette as her family now, and back in a comfort zone as she recovers from the loss of her father.
She'll do her second vault. Another one. This one slightly over-rotated, but you mentioned the family atmosphere. When I first started coming here to the Parkettes more than 20 years ago, I really sensed that. And so this is a really nurturing, positive environment. You see Bill Strauss giving her a hug there. So this is the best place for her to be at this time. This one was just a little over-juiced, but boy, she has good technique. This is the Yurchenko where you do the back handspring on with a 1.5 twister, and at this level, that's scored from a 10-0 start value. Great
camera angle there. You could see the tremendous elevation that she got on that run down on the vault. Nice crowd here in the Parkette's gymnasium, and as you guessed, Bart, the first of her 2 vaults, an excellent score, puts her into first place in all categories. 9-7, 7-5. This is 16-year-old Alexandra Brockway. Loves the vault. Very powerful performer from the Parkettes.
She'll be doing a Yurchenko with a full twist in the laid-out position. Oh, how about that landing?
Looked like a diver coming off the board at the end.
Even she's laughing about it.
Great
Actually,
smile.
They're vaulting onto what is called a resi pit, which is about a 1 meter deep foam pit. And it's a very forgiving surface. It's great for training. Normally in competition, you land on a more firm surface, but because it is forgiving, it also springs you back up in the air and makes it difficult to stick.
Save some ankles, though.
Absolutely, it's smart, especially early in the season. You want to save those ankles as long as you can because they take a lot of abuse in gymnastics, those short landings and vault and tumbling.
Second vault for Brockway.
Now this vault is scored from a 10-0 start value. All right, that was a little bit better on the landing.
Pretty close.
Interesting difference with the Olympic rules. In the Olympic rules, that vault is worth a 9.4 max. Here it's worth a 10.
9.625, a good score for Alexandra Brockway.
We'll be right back from Allentown. The Parkette's Invitational. We'll be right back.